in there.
I have no clue.
The outline.
That's a great. I'm going in a different direction with my remarks. So, and I do know where I'm going. So, guess what we did today? Because my kids did the day off of school.
What?
We beat the Ender Dragon.
Ah.
For the first time.
So how was that?
So Iggy had to bring on 2 friends, and the only way we won, I got killed in like 2 seconds because we practiced this morning with my daughter in creative, and she, because it was in creative, or we had started in creative and then jumped into it, there were no Endermen. And so I went in, and I was all ready to go, and had all the things I needed, and I just got killed like immediately by Endermen. And the other kids who had done it before, they were like, fine.
Yeah.
They just kept teleporting back in
One of
to
the
whoever was still alive. But like by the end, I was like hitting it with a wooden sword. That I had, I beat wood or a tree outside or to get the suit. I mean, it was ridiculous.
one of the tricks is beds. Beds do massive amounts of damage.
We were fine once we blew up all the crystals.
Yeah.
Of course. But the real trick is a pumpkin head.
Yeah.
I went back and I raided an end chest and got an electric for the first time. With the triggers.
Pumpkins have steel.
Welcome.
I robbed Marin from a band. Finally, nice to meet
You
you
too.
in person from 12 feet away.
Exactly.
We met over Zoom
Yeah.
for a community meeting, but other than that.
I thought that you guys met.
Well, Zoom is the only way people normally meet these days.
Don't look at that. Wait, are we already live?
We met when they were in between our
First time.
lives, and I jumped in to do
You
a
came in and did a
service.
service.
We did a post October 27th.
Right.
I
I was here for the
I remember.
Yep,
How
that's
many
that.
was that?
And drive that.
Kendra, all right, good to see you.
Good to see you guys.
Oh, can we do a sound check?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom V'hanidenu shomreinu lechaim.
Great.
Okay.
We are good. We're good.
Do I have to wear one of those?
My kids
Nope.
both quit their musical instruments. And I'm a lousy guitarist. I had always hoped to figure out how to become a decent guitarist, but after 10 years.
Are you kidding? It took me 19 years to make a guitarist.
Very good. I can play the harmonica. It's not
I love the
really used.
harmonica. I've got like 7 of them.
Oh, great. What you?
Different keys.
Different keys, yeah, same
Yeah.
as me. I have 5. There's a couple keys that I was like, I don't need that.
Yeah.
You ever seen something that's play chromatic?
No, but I like them.
I had a friend who could play chromatic, and that's impressive. Because have you ever played one?
No, I have not.
There's a switch on the side, and it drops the whole thing from major to minor. And so if you could play a song with the switch on the side, and switch to both, it's like a galaxy brain, like it's the kind of person who either mathematically understands music and understands where all the notes go,
Right.
or has the brain for it. Like I have a colleague who's a friend from growing up who's a jazz musician, and when he talks about music, like you can clearly see like he's he's the musical director for Saturday Night Live.
Oh.
Is that all?
He grinded for years. He was an unsuccessful jazz musician and a jazz teacher and stuff like private tutor and stuff like that for like 20 years and then 15 years and then private job got it. And his job is the 2 coolest parts of that job you would imagine. 1, any skit that needs music, they turn to him and he writes it. And then he gets the band arranged to play it. And 2 is he just kind of like on call for anything the visiting band needs. So he's like the first guy to meet Mick Jagger and Jack White and Megan Thee Stallion and whoever, Beyonce. And like it's not like, oh my God, Beyonce, you're Beyonce. It's more like, hey, Beyonce, we're working together. What can I do to help you succeed this week? It's just a crazy crazy job.
That would be great.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm rambling.
We are live. Just. just
Hey,
so
one
you know.
person liked it.
You got 4 people watching now.
Ooh. Hey, 4 people, including us.
This is the challenge of modern services.
This is something.
It's like like and retweet and, you know, you're just counting.
Don't look that way. Also, no one knows that I'm
this in the way?
smiling.
Is this in the way?
No one knows that I'm smiling right now.
Fred, you're gonna use Doris's box tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna need to.
All right, that's a good call. Are you as tall as Doris?
Shorter.
Maybe an inch or two shorter.
No, maybe, I don't know. A lot.
You'll get
Sure.
there. I
Hopefully.
started 12th grade at 5'7".
Is that tall?
Finished my freshman year of college at 5'10".
Yeah, no.
You'll never have to worry about that. No.
I also started 12th grade at 5'7", and that's where it ended.
So it's average. So it's about average.
My wife finished 7th grade at 4'11", and she's 4'10" and a half, and she's still 4'10" and a half,
So it's about average.
so. Average for very small women, yes.
Average for Jewish
I'm
people.
100% average. I'm like the most average it gets.
If my wife was a half an inch shorter, she could get, disability plates for her height.
That's, yeah, his sister.
Yeah?
I always say I come from a very long line of short Jews.
Well, there's something you learn.
My son's,
I am the tallest one.
wow.
I am the giant.
My son's not gonna be taller, I just constantly remind him, Lionel Messi is 5'6", and he's the best athlete on the planet, so, height is not a thing.
Rabbi, am I gonna say anything beginning welcome?
You can if you like. You want to welcome everybody? That'd be lovely.
Are we ready?
No?
Okay.
Are you ready? No. I'm not ready yet.
The doctor, the pediatrician, when they forget their payment for they said
Uh-oh, my mother's here.
Shabbat shalom.
yeah, and I said, can I get it in?
Miss Morris? Morris?
Moray.
Moray? Sorry, I always forget that.
Oh, you love me.
My son keeps
Ooh.
10th percentile, so
We still have one like, we have 11 people watching.
he's looking.
10. Someone left.
5'6", 5'7", so.
Well, they go in,
What my dad is.
goes in and out.
It's weird, my wife's family and my dad's family is all small.
Thank you, 10 people.
My mom's 5'6", her brothers are 6'2" and 6'2", her father's 6'3", it's huge, just amazing.
Wait, Mama. Does
Probably
Lori know that we're
I
starting?
don't think my mom has come to hear us.
Yeah.
I will be able someday, but she's been really stuck since we moved to Pittsburgh because my grandmother has stroke.
Can you text her?
2.5 years ago, and she kind of needs like at least 3 or 4 visits a week from my mom. So she basically hasn't gone anywhere. And then her husband also has Alzheimer's. So, but it's not progressive. It's like a very low grade. So he kind of can't be left alone either. So she takes care of old people. I take care of young people.
I don't know any jokes right now. Yes? Chapters 9 to 24. No. Wait. Oh, yeah, 17. I don't know that.
Of chapter 3. started from the beginning. That's roughly 30%.
Where is she? That's what Ava Spragg did last year.
Yes, well, yes, she did, like creation of the world.
Yeah,
I'm bleeding.
every week for months and months and months. I learned it myself.
Oh, no, I still remember. We knew that I was really, I didn't know if we would. We said that.
Yeah.
I lost
It's
it.
totally up to you.
So hard.
Great. I was like, why not look at this up?
Really did.
No,
Oh,
I'm pretty,
Okay.
so the conservative triennial is too much for our congregation anyways. And nobody else can read.
Right.
So there's never like, is there enough Torah for me to give out? Everyone's the other way around. It's like, at what point when I take a shot, I will stop. I started to do a bad job. No, it's unfortunate that many things, I'm good at a lot of things. I think, basically, I had a non-denominational / reform congregation, Steamboat Springs. Before that, I was the founding rabbi of a small conservative synagogue in Huntington Beach, where everybody was break away from the reform movement.
It's a new
So
show.
they didn't want,
Friday night.
they didn't care that it was
But I
conservative.
know
They just knew they legally weren't allowed to be reformed.
Are you starting off?
Because the movement said no.
No.
So it's very interesting.
So.
The only thing that breeds shalom is fanatical.
Alan
I don't even say fanatical, I think it just is hardcore. A lot of the members do it, and a lot of the members are just old
Should
school
I go
enough.
get your
They
plane,
say,
Trenton?
you gotta do the whole Megillah.
Flame. If he's talking.
It's pretty funny.
There's different cameras.
We didn't do it in Steamboat Springs. I did 5 or 6 B'nai Mitzvahs in Steamboat Springs, and they weren't aware that
I
Haftarah
have
was
to
a thing.
say something about it.
Quick question, if Edie's gonna start talking, do you want camera 1? Just keep it on 2? Okay.
Stop. You say camera 1, camera 2. Come on, wait.
What's that? Is that a camera or?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're thinking Wayne's World. That's the right.
That's not what I said.
You didn't, if you said it, I mean.
What's this?
I used to love that movie. I haven't watched that in decades.
What?
I don't
Wayne's
think
World.
it holds up.
Probably not. I don't remember even the jokes.
It does to some degree, but
That's like Austin Powers.
I was about to say, somebody did an amazing article about how Austin Powers ruined the James Bond franchise because nobody could take James Bond seriously after that anymore.
Yeah.
It was a brilliant article. I think it was in like The Ringer or one of those.
Ooh, there's 22 now.
Mm-hmm.
So do you want this coming tomorrow?
You can pin your name.
Actually, no, we're making 19 now. So, okay, Lauren Gardner and Greg, which you don't know them. And they have 3 children, but only 2 of the 3 will be there. What happened? Oh,
You want a Band-Aid? Or not?
Lori's not doing this one. Yeah.
But I was in the middle of
I'm sure
cooking,
she
so
would.
I just.
I didn't want to overwhelm her with 2.
I still have a splinter in this finger from the sukkah that I took down this week.
You should.
The sukkah is staying with me.
Silver line, right? You should use
You
silver
need to
line.
get that out.
Okay, Trenton, we're gonna start.
Okay.
Edie, come on up. Trenton, we're gonna stand over here.
So you look really like that.
Edie, gotta get right on the mic.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone,
Shabbat Shalom.
and welcome to this special Friday night. This is a big weekend for the Maldet family, as Trendon will be called to the Bima to become a bar mitzvah tomorrow at Bris Shalom. But we also have some things going on here tonight. So I'm glad that you could join us and welcome Rabbi Mark and Jessica and Alan and Trendon, and of course, Rabbi Morey. So here we go. And Trendon, I know you could do this. You've studied long and hard.
We'll begin as we invite Jessica and Alan forward to light our Shabbat candles, which can be found on page 2. Asher Kishayu B'Mitzvotav V'Tzivanu L'Hadlikner Shabbat Shalom. And we turn together to page 10 to get us in that Shabbat mood. We'll join with Hine Matov.
הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד.
I'd like to welcome Rabbi Mark Goodman to Anshe Chesed and to the Bima, and wonderful to share this Shabbat with you and to share some insights into Lecha Dodi.
Thank you, Rabbi. It is amazing to be here this week for such a special occasion, to be in this amazing sanctuary, this beautiful prayer space. Ooh, I should speak into the microphone, or no one can hear me. Here, Trendon, let's switch sides. Yes, now you can hear me. It is amazing to be here on this amazing day, this Shabbat, and this Shabbat Breshit, the Sabbath, the week that we recognize the creation of the universe. Shabbat Breshit is a really special one, not only because it's your bar mitzvah, Trendon, but also because we are using the text from this week, which we think of 52 weeks a year. The Sabbath is the day that we remember and thank God for creation, and we rest as part of the creation, that God reminds us through Shabbat that our purpose in the universe is not to slave and to labor and just to make things, but also to appreciate the incredible beauty that's around us. And at this time of year, in this incredible October, with the beautiful colors that we see, it's more so than any other really time of year in this amazing, beautiful place. The prayer that we're about to say, Lecha Dodi, welcomes in the Sabbath, and our rabbi's wonderful daughter, Yael, is going to be leading us in that in just a second. There's a lot of lines in Lecha Dodi that kind of jump to mind that bring forth all of these feelings, but sometimes we skip the simple stuff. And I think the simple is really valuable. The last thing we say before we go into the final lines of Lecha Dodi is Boi v'shalom, come in peace. And the whole point of the Sabbath is to bring peace down into this world, to bring calm and cool and reflection. And we are entering this time in America 2 weeks before an election, with a lot of trouble and strife, with some of the illness that we're seeing, with some of the tension that we have politically and morally, that we feel this constant anxiety, this constant sense of, frustration and difficulty and anguish and angst. And what we need a little bit more in any given Shabbat, and that what comes in, and one of the core elements of Shabbat Breshit, is that God brings down peace for us, that we ask Shabbat to come in with a sense of shalom, with peace, with wholeness, with calm, and with blessing. So we ask that, and we think about that as we turn to page 20 in our Mishkan Tefillah Sidurim, and we will sing along with Yael as she plays some beautiful music with us.
Lecha Dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 Neshabbat nekabela Lecha Dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 Neshabbat nekabela Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad Yishmi'anu el hamyuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad L'shemo tiferet v'lichila Lecha Dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 Bnei Shabbat nekabela Likra Shabbat lechu v'nelcha Ki mekor habracha Nerosh mikedem nesucha Sof maaseh b'mashavat chila Lecha Dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 Bnei Shabbat nekabela Hitoreri Ki ba'orech kumi uri Shir daveri Kevod Adonai alayich nigla Lecha Dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 Bnei Shabbat nekabela Boi v'shalom ateret bala Michala. Lecha dodi likatala yalai Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likatala yalai Pnei Shabbat nekabela.
As we continue to welcome each other, and welcome Shabbat, we turn to page 24 and Trendon will lead us in Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharei, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hasharei, Kadosh Baruch Hu. Balachem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Lochem Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Techem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
And we turn together to page 26 and continuing with Trendon leading us in Chatzik Kaddish.
Yitkara v'yitkara Shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
B'alma divarach rotev lamich machutei v'chala v'chon uv yomecha uv'kayedecho v'et Yisrael. Ba'agala uv'izman karim b'yimaru amen. Yechei Shmei Rabbah Nevorach Le'olam Le'maya Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yalmad Yitbarach Shimcha V'yitbchar V'yitnaseh Yitchada V'yitnalech V'yitchala Shemei Dekudesha Barechu Le'ela minchol berchata v'shiracha tushbechata v'ne'amata danira v'yimaru. Amen.
And on the following page, we join in Baruch and we rise.
Baruch et Adonai chavarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamorach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Chavarach Le'olam Va'ed. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sails of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light. You guide the current day into night. As heaven spans into infinity, you set its course to eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, for whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, Avarim Aravim.
We turn to page 32 as we join in Ahavat Olam.
Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta. Al ken Adonai Eloheinu b'shochbeinu v'kumeinu nasiach b'chukecha v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha v'b'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed ki hem chayenu ve'orech yameinu ubahem negei yomam v'layla negei yomam v'layla ve'ahavta al tasir mimenu le'olamim Baruch atah Adonai Ohev amo Yisrael Ohev amo Yisrael.
And if Ahavat Olam teaches us about God's love for us and the people of Israel, we express our love and commitment to God with the Shema. And so we turn to the Shema on page 34 and we rise.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Ve'afta et Adonai Elohecha B'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'chayu hadvarim ha'elech asher anochi mitavecha chayom al levavecha v'shinata levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'vitecha uv'lechtecha b'derech u'shachtecha uv'chumecha u'ksharta l'ot al yadecha v'chayu l'totavot b'neinecha u'ktavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'v'yisharecha Lemon tizkarut v'asitem et chometotai v'yetem kedoshim le'lolechem Ani Adonai Elolechem Asher otziachem me'eret Mitzrayim le'ot lechem le'lochim Ani Adonai Elolechem Adonai Elolechem Emet.
Page 39. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before we ever stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land. The winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness. There is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. As we join in Micha Mocha, page 40.
Micha Mocha Kodesh
Michamocha nedar v'kodesh Nora tehilot Posei felel Nora Tehi
Elot,
Oseifer Adonai Yimloch Le'olam Va'ed Malchutecha Ra'ubanecha Bokei Hayam Lifnei Moshe uMiriam Se'elianu Ve'amru Se'elianu Ve'amru Adonai Yimloch Le'olam Va'ed Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai Mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai Mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh Nora tehilot osei felef Nora tehilot osei felef Adonai Yimloch le'olam va'ed
Sing the song of men and women. Join in understanding and respect. The song of God's miracles and earth protected and cherished. A gift for our children and the generations to come. The song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content. Her soldiers home to leave no more. The song of a world redeemed, the song of peace.
Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will.
Hashkiveinu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom V'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim Spread the shelter of your peace over us Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hashkiveinu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom. V'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Hashkiveinu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom. V'hamidenu shomreinu
We are a people in whom the past endures, in whom the present is inconceivable without moments gone by. The Exodus lasted a moment enduring forever. What happened once upon a time happens all the time. A thought has blown up the marketplace away. There is a song on the wind, joy in the trees. Shabbat arrives in the world, scattering a song in the silence of the night. Eternally utters a day.
We join together in Vishamru, page 44.
Veshamru b'nei Yisrael לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם בברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם בברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת בנפש, שבת בנפש, שבת בנפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם בברית עולם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם בברית עולם.
Now we turn to page 46 to the tefillah.
Please come.
Adonai sfatai tiftach, ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai sfatai tiftach, ufi yagid tehilatecha. Yai dai dai, yai dai dai, yai dai 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 dai, yai dai dai, yai dai 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 dai.
Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise.
And we continue on the following page.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech V'Elokei avotenu v'imotenu Elokei Avraham Elokei Yitzhak Elokei Yaakov Elokei Sarah Elokei Rivka Elokei Rachel Elokei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor V'Hanora Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konmei HaKol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot V'Imahot, U'Mevi Gula Livnei V'neihem, Le'ma'an Shemo B'Yahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Bezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Hamdomer HaKol Atah Rav V'Hoshia, Meshiv HaRuach U'Morid HaGashem, Kel Chaim B'Chesed, Mechayeh HaKol V'Rachamim Rabim, Zomer noflim verofech olim, umatir asurim, umekayem emunato, lishenei afar, mi chamocha bagivurot,
ומדומה לה, מלך ממי ומחיה, ומציח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש. Days pass and the years vanish, and we walk sightless among miracles. God, fill our eyes with seeing and our minds with knowing. Let there be moments when your presence, like lightning, illumines the darkness in which we walk. Help us to see, wherever we gaze, that the bush burns unconsumed, and we, clay touched by God, will reach out for holiness and exclaim in wonder, how filled with awe is this place, and we didn't know it. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh. Page 55.
May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all whom struggle find rest on this day. May all whom suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai Makadesh HaShabbat.
Page 57. You are with us in our prayer, our love, and our doubt, in our longing to feel your presence and do your will. You are the still, clear voice within us. Therefore, O God, when doubt troubles us, when anxiety makes us tremble, when pain clouds the mind, we look inward for the answer to our prayers. There may we find you, and there find courage, insight, and endurance. And let our worship bring us closer to one another, that all Israel and all who seek you may find new strength for your service. Baruch atah Adonai, she'otcha levadcha b'yira na'avod. Page 59.
God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us, so filled with beauty, for the righteousness of the earth, which day by day sustains us. For all these and more, we offer thanks.
Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shemecha u'lecha na'er levodot.
Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message. To all the people of the earth, bless our country as a safeguard of peace. Its advocate among the nations, may contentment region within our borders, health and happiness within our homes, strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land, plant vulture in our soul, and it may the love of your name hollow every home and heart. Praise are you, Eternal One, who blesses our people with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hamvorach et amo Yisrael b'shalom.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Me'olam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Me'olam. Ki atahu melech adon לכל השלום, כי אתה הוא מלך אדון, לכל השלום. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל, בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם.
We take a few moments. We take a few moments away from the texts of our prayer book and we look inward. Inward to those prayers that in our own hearts and in our own minds. Some moments of silent prayer.
יהיו לרצון אמרי פי, והגיון ליבי לפניך. אדוני צורי, אדוני
We take a few moments and turn to page 253 as we think of all those in the world, in our country, in our city, in our community who are in need of healing. And as people continue to battle this terrible coronavirus, we think of all those people who are stricken, who are fighting, who are dealing with this virus. We think of them, their families, and all of our medical professionals who work so hard to heal and keep us healthy and safe. We think of all those in our lives who need our blessings of healing, who need that extra energy to help them in their recovery, in their rest. We hope that they gain peace. And in our community, we mention Lisa Chinsky, Joan Harf, Francis Miller, Emily Bostwick, Fran Porras, Carol Love, Ruth Wadley, Kevin Hicks, Sandra French, Michael Brumberger, Sean Brumberger, Richard Sharon, Debbie Perry, Judy Bodnar, Holly Arison, Eric Perry, Judith Goldman, Myrna Urkov, Scott Gordon, Ava Dakar, and Zaharia Ashuddin. And if you have other names that you would like to add, please add them into our chat box so that we can take your energy and the energy of healing that we send that out to all those who are in need as we join together in Mishaberach.
Misheberach Avoteinu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Ve'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
So, Trent, are you ready for tomorrow?
I think I can get it. Yeah, I guess I'm ready.
It's good. Because you know what? It doesn't matter. Because Shabbat's one of these great things that happens every week. And whether or not you are ready, and whether or not we know you are, but you might not think you are, because that's okay. It's not bad to be nervous. We know that Shabbat happens every week, and we know that this parsha comes around every year. Right? So guess what? You get to read it again next year. It's good. And this is truly a remarkable parsha, as Rabbi Goodman alluded to earlier, that this is the parsha that we celebrate and we read about the creation of the world. And what an amazing experience it is to actually look at that text. That text which starts with those remarkable words, Bereshit bara Elohim. In the beginning, or in a beginning, or perhaps even with wisdom, God created the world. And even at the beginning, those first words, that first word of the Torah, tells you all you need to know about living Jewishly. You know why?
Why?
Because there's 4 different options for that word. There are 4 different ways of looking at that word, and that is truly the essence of Jewish life, that there's never one ironclad way of looking at something. That we always have to look at things from different perspectives. We have to wrestle with them. We have to figure out what they mean to us, and in some years, it's a beginning, and in another year, it's with wisdom. Who knows? Maybe this year, we could use a little wisdom. Could we use a little wisdom this year, you think? I think we could use a little wisdom this year. Yeah. And so we pray for wisdom. We pray for the wisdom to be who we are, which is created in the image of God. And so just as God created the world with wisdom and insight, we create our lives, or should create our lives, in the same way. So, that's your challenge. To use the wisdom that you have, the wisdom that you have been given by family and friends and your Jewish community here in Erie, to wrestle with your life and figure out which direction you want to go. And that's for all of us, to see our own futures and wrestle with that and do it with a sense of insight and wisdom that we gain from our tradition. So, with that, we're going to invite Edie forward to make a few presentations to you on this celebration weekend. You're going to slide over.
This truly is a wonderful start to this weekend. You have been studying for a very long time for your bar mitzvah. And I hope that once you become a bar mitzvah, you say, okay, I had my bar mitzvah, that's it. I don't want to be Jewish anymore, or I don't want to have to come to services anymore. I don't want you to see this as an exit strategy, okay? I would rather that it would be your introduction into the organized Jewish religion, and that you stay within the community of Israel and learn what it truly is to be a Jew among us. It is my honor to be with you here with you and your family. I believe over the last couple of years you have taught me some wonderful things, and one of the things that he taught me that I look back on it now. One day Trendon was coming into class, and I had this really tiny mezuzah on my door, and Trendon reached up and touched the mezuzah and put it in his pocket. And I said, did I just see you touch the mezuzah and put it in your pocket? Not physically put it in his pocket, and I said, why did you do that? And he said, because so he could have the Word of God with him all day long. Now this is from an 11-year-old boy telling me that, and I was just amazed that you taught me that, and that has stayed with me and will probably always stay with me. Okay, so at age 13, you have some responsibilities, okay? You can read from Torah, you can be part of a minyan, you can lead services, but that doesn't mean that you can go out and buy alcohol. That doesn't mean that you can tell your mom and dad when your bedtime is. And you can't even get married until you're at least 18 years old. That's just the way it is. Even though you have these rights and responsibilities, right now it's more of a spiritual growth for you until you reach that more of a level of maturity. It's time for you to be more mindful of your mitzvahs that you are doing in your life and deepen your understanding of what it is to be a Jew. This is the time we hope you start to hear the voice of your soul. Where's your soul at? It's here, like your mom. Trendon, let Judaism show you meaning, fulfillment, connection, and inspiration. Knowing you will do this with all your heart and soul and with much ruach. Now this is highly unusual because this is a Friday night, and I'm giving you gifts before you've actually gone through your bar mitzvah. So now you have to go through it. But right now, you can look at this tomorrow after you've read from Torah. This is your bar mitzvah certificate. Okay? So you can look at it tomorrow. And I have in here a certificate for $250 from Nifty toward a trip to Israel. So that's coming your way. And a tree has been planted in your honor by the Jewish Community Council. Well, you got lots of stuff. What else is in here? And I think tomorrow is the big gift, so I'll wait on the big one tomorrow. That will be presented by Jan Mandel. Huh? Oh, Jeff, Mr. Pinsky. Okay. And here we have a Kiddush cup. So on those Friday nights, you can say the Kiddush and the Motzi and have this with you forever. So I'll just put everything back in here. And this is wonderful. There's more to come, but you have to go through what you have to do tomorrow. Okay? And that's the fun part, reading from the Torah. That's the exciting part. Okay.
All right, Edie, thank you.
You're welcome.
We're going to turn together to page 282 as we rise for Aleinu.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כאיי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובה מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, כך כתוב בתורתו, ודעת היום והשבותה אל לבביך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל,
We turn to the beauty of Zoom. See, when you speak, you steal the mic from Yael. So Zoom then cuts her off, and you get to be the soloist. What do you think?
Okay.
Good. Our thoughts turn to those who have come before us, our friends, our family, the leaders of our community, those on whose shoulders we stand. We are in the period of Shloshim for Karen Vidmar Crow. We observe the art sites for Isaac Sherman, Julius Aaron, Rosa Samler, Samuel Sobel, Jonas Adler, Irving Goldman, Balbina Oppenheimer, Manetta Cooperman, Stanislaw Wizik, Miriam Goodman, Rachel Zachs Gage, Joseph Schwab, Rachel Davis, Alec Fisher, Kate Jacobs, Jack Blumberg, Charles Schulman, Betty Jean Kay, and Robert Cohen. If anybody has a name they would like to add, please add into our chat box, and we take the memories of all those that we love and whom we have lost into our own as we turn to page 294 for the words of Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach v'rutei v'yamlich marchutei, b'chayachon u'v'yomechon, ufchayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala v'izman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabba mevorach l'olam u'lameh almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitalev v'yithalal shmei dekutsha b'rechu, la'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, Damiran Barma Vimru, Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya, V'chaim Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael Vimru, Amen. Ose Shalom Bimromav, Hu Yaseh Shalom, Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael Vimru, Amen. May the one who grants peace in the high and distant heights grant peace for us, for all Israel, for all the world. And together we say, Amen.
Amen.
There are only a few announcements this evening. The most important one, of course, is, Trendon, what are we going to do tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock?
Go to services?
Okay.
Oh yeah, my bar mitzvah.
Right, that.
But you were still doing the services.
I think it's all happening as one experience, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. So we hope that you'll join us at 10 o'clock, same YouTube channel, and you'll be able to join with us as we celebrate with Trendon and his family, and we'll have the opportunity to do that at Brit Shalom. So it'll be a nice thing to do. And then right after services this evening, I hope you will join us for our Zoom Oneg, and we'll post the link into the chat box so that you can join us there. And we hope that you'll be able to do that. It's a great opportunity for us to be together. You'll have to wait just a minute or so because Zoom has changed their way they do things, and you now have to wait in a waiting room and be admitted. So I'll try to do that as soon as possible right after the service ends. So. Very good, and I think we'll invite Kendra Zaks and Edie Joseph forward to lead us in Kiddush and Motzi.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho v'ahava uvratzon hichilanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reshit,
Ki hu yom techila lamikra'e kodesh, zecher letziat Mitzrayim, ki banu bacharta, v'otanu kidashta, mikol amim, v'shabbat kodshecha, v'yahava uvratzon, Hinchaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai, Mikadesh HaShabbat. Amen. L'chaim.
Kendra, we'll invite you to do Motzi as soon as we pull our file out of its bag. There you go.
And do the whole song?
Motzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Tevon. Well, Yasher Koach, Trent, you led our service so beautifully. Thank you so much. And Rabbi Goodman, thank you for joining us, along with the Maldets and Edie and Kendra. And Yael, thank you for leading our music so beautifully. We're going to conclude this evening by singing Od Yavo Shalom. May there always be peace for us.
Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, 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 Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam. aleinu, ojabo shalom aleinu, ojabo shalom aleinu, ve'al kulam. Ojabo shalom aleinu, ojabo shalom aleinu, ojabo shalom aleinu, ve'al kulam. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam, salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam. Ojabo shalom aleinu, ojabo shalom aleinu, ojabo shalom aleinu, ve'al kulam. Ojabo shalom aleinu, ojabo shalom aleinu, ojabo shalom aleinu, ve'al kulam.
Shabbat shalom, everybody. We'll see you soon. Shabbat shalom.
So good. Everybody did so good.
You're awesome.
Yes.
Good
job, Trent.
Is your lip
Next
bleeding?
time, just remember to breathe.
You're way